Hey guys, a warm welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing my honest experience with the 6x10 FT walk-in greenhouse for outdoor use, the one with polycarbonate panels, sliding lockable door, vent windows, and ground nails. I've been using it in my backyard for a while now, and I feel like I've finally figured out what works, what doesn't, and whether it's actually worth your money or just another looks good online purchase. First thing, this is a full walk-in greenhouse, so you're not dealing with those tiny shelf-style setups where you can barely move your hands. This one gives you enough space to actually step inside, organize your plants, and work comfortably. The 6x10 size is honestly a sweet spot. It's big enough to grow a good variety of plants but not so huge that it takes over your entire backyard or becomes a nightmare to install. Now let's talk about the build quality because that's what most people worry about. The frame is typically made from aluminum or steel, which gives it decent stability without making it too heavy. The panels are polycarbonate, which is a big upgrade over basic plastic sheets. These panels are strong, don't shatter easily, and they diffuse sunlight instead of letting harsh rays burn your plants. I noticed my plants actually grew more evenly because the light spreads better inside instead of hitting one spot too hard. One feature I really like is the ventilation system. It comes with adjustable vent windows on top, which help control airflow. This might not sound like a big deal, but once you start using a greenhouse, you realize temperature control is everything. Without proper ventilation, it can turn into an oven inside. With the vents open, the airflow improves and keeps the environment healthier for your plants. The sliding lockable door is another practical feature. It's smooth enough to open and close without struggle, and the lock gives you a bit of security, especially if you have pets or people around who like touching things they shouldn't. It also helps keep the internal temperature more stable when closed properly. Installation is something people stress about, so let me be real here. It's not instant setup like some ads suggest, but it's also not impossible. If you've ever assembled furniture, you can handle this. It took me a few hours, mainly because there are quite a few parts and the instructions can feel a bit confusing at times. Once it's set up though, it feels solid. The ground nails included help anchor the structure, which is important if you live in a windy area. Now let's talk about actual usage. This greenhouse creates a controlled environment that helps plants grow faster and healthier, especially if you're growing vegetables, herbs, or flowers that need consistent warmth. I've used it for seedlings and some seasonal plants, and the difference compared to open outdoor planting is noticeable. The temperature stays warmer, and the plants are protected from heavy rain and strong wind. Another thing I noticed is how well it holds heat. During the day, it traps warmth from sunlight, and that helps maintain a stable environment even when the outside temperature drops slightly. It's not magic, but it definitely gives your plants an advantage. Of course, it's not perfect because nothing ever is. One thing you'll notice is that on really hot days, the inside temperature can rise quickly. So you'll need to open the vents or door to prevent overheating. Also, while the structure is strong, extreme weather like heavy storms or strong winds may require extra reinforcement just to be safe. Another small downside is the assembly instructions. They're not terrible, but they're not the clearest either. You might find yourself double-checking steps or watching a video online just to make sure you're doing it right. Overall, this greenhouse hits a really nice balance between price, size, and performance. It's perfect for beginners who want to get into gardening seriously, but it's also good enough for people who already have experience and want a reliable backyard setup. The polycarbonate panels, ventilation system, and walk-in design make a huge difference compared to cheaper alternatives. If you're thinking about upgrading your gardening game or starting fresh, this is definitely a solid option. It gives you control, protection, and space without being overly complicated or expensive. If you want to check the current price, click the link below for best price. This setup has honestly made growing plants easier, more organized, and way more enjoyable for me. That's it for this one.